I'm really proud of the fight in our kids. Today was a very tough game. I mean, considering we're playing top five, top team, top 10 team in the country. I think we that first quarter kind of dug a bit of a hole for us, and having the fight after that. I mean, second, third, and fourth quarter, very consistent with kind of how we want them to play, and we have to put together a full game, especially when we're playing a team like this.
Coach, you did get a huge game out of Williams tonight. Just talk about her progression this year.
Well, I mean, she's working her way back. I mean, after having surgery and having that stress fracture in her leg, she's one of those kids that's kind of all about basketball. I mean, she is, I guess, what we would call a baller. You know, it's kind of what she eats and sleeps. So having that period of time for a few months where she wasn't able to do anything definitely kind of took her, away from where she needed to be, especially being a first year player. That preseason and then that non-conference schedule is necessary, especially for first-year kids to kind of get in the groove. I think that she's now kind of going through that part in her game where she's making the adjustment, and she has flashes of greatness. And tonight was one of those nights.
Coach, it seemed like Louisville was able to get a lot of transition or a lot of up tempo baskets there in the first quarter. Was there anything that you looked to do after the first quarter to really kind of cut that take that away from them?
Well, it's kind of what they do against everybody. So, I mean, it was a part of our game plan to stop them from getting in transition. I mean, they are really hard to guard, especially when they get going, when they're running and they're forcing you or going downhill on you. And then, they're getting transition baskets, and then it leads to you then running back and trying to protect the basket. And then they get 3-point shots in transition. So it was our game plan. We just didn't do a very good job of it in the first quarter. But then we kind of adjusted and calmed down a little bit, and we were able to take it away in the next three.
Coach, you mentioned that first quarter. Louisville kind of went on, I think it was a 16-2 run at some point there. When they have things clicking like that, when they can kind of get everybody involved, how dangerous of the team do you think they are?
They're pretty dangerous. I mean, we gave them wide open shots, and that for sure wasn't a part of our game plan. We had a lot of missed assignments and kind of like over help. And when you give Shook and especially Evans wide open shots, then it's not going to be good for you. The adjustment in the following three quarters was big for us. But, again, against a team like this, you cannot put yourself in a hole like that, especially in the start of the game.
Coach, when you go back and look at this one on the game film and such, what are some of the things you'll take out of this as you get ready for Sunday action?
Well, our effort in the second, third, and fourth quarter is kind of more consistent with how we want our kids to play. You have to play like that night in and night out in the ACC. I mean, no game that you play is a give-me game. And in order for us to win games or close games out, we have to play four quarters in that fashion.
Coach, you've played a couple of teams very closely, notably Kentucky. Your freshmen are coming along well. Do you see your team potentially turning a corner at some point as you go into March and making a deeper run than you would normally expect?
Oh, it is definitely our hope. It's you never know. I mean, we have 3-4 seniors with our recent graduate transfer, and everyone else on our team is a freshman. So there's a huge gap, in experience, and there's nothing in between. So, of course, we want them to progress a lot faster, but unfortunately, they're in a situation that they kind of don't get that same type of time, for most freshmen playing, across the country. They've been thrown in the fire, and they kind of have to learn, in that process. And I am proud of them. I think that they're doing a really good job, but it's just a matter of time before they put it together. And when they do, consistently, or a good group of them do, then it puts us in a really good place.
Coach Jocelyn with the double-double tonight. She's just one of those players that's there for you every night. Just talk about her leadership on this team.
Solid. Jocelyn didn't get the opportunity to play like this last year because we were just so depleted from a roster perspective. And going into this year, I told them that, what we experienced last year was not something that would happen again. And if they kind of just continue to work and build and just kind of grow our game, that going into this year, it would look a lot different. I think that Jocelyn took heed to that, and she continued to add to her game and grow. And now that, she was in a position to just kind of have substitutions or just help or someone to kind of kick it to, and good things happen, has allowed her to be a lot more kind of comfortable, but also playing her true position, and she's been able to flourish. Her leadership, just her work ethic is very high level, and she does that day in and day out. And I think that I know, just from my own experience, when you have that kind of consistency in your work ethic, then good things are bound to happen. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, Coach.